generosity. That is exactly who I am. And that is the gift that God gave me. But it can also be a curse too. Having so much generosity for people and wanting so many people to do great can really hurt you, especially if you are a determined individual like myself. I'm a person that always want the best for everybody around me, whether you're my friend, my family, or even a client of mine, or you're just simply this person that's watching this live stream. I'm always out for the best of people. And I'm the type of person that's going to put my energy and time and effort into understanding more of who you are, what you do, what your mindset is like, and why like you deserve better. Generosity. I'm just a genuine person. I've never been a person that went behind somebody and just done all these malicious things. I've had, I've been a young woman, right? But even so, like I've never been that type of person at all. So now, right, that I'm here, I've been an entrepreneur for so long. I have, um, been helping so many clients. I'm a 10-year entrepreneur. I've been owning my consulting firm for a very long time. No, you can put that back. I'm on live. Thank you. I've been helping people for a very long time. I really want to understand what is the mindset behind why most people don't execute. I do. And we have to work through this because there's a lot of people out here that purchase things, whether it's a physical service or a product, and they simply just don't execute on the idea. God is literally giving you an actual gift and an idea, and you're not executing on it simply because you're focused on the worldly things, the things that you see going on every day. And that's the total opposite of exactly how you're supposed to live your life. We are human beings. The purpose of us being here on this earth is literally to continue to create relationships, create innovative, ways to do things, create new tools that we can use and resources. That's literally what our purpose is. And if you've been trying to find your purpose, that is the whole point. Okay, that is the whole entire point. Now, I'm not a preacher or anything like that, so full disclosure, but I just genuinely want to understand what is the mindset behind not actually executing. I asked one of my clients today, I said, how aggressive do you need? And for those of you who don't know, I'm a 71% successful grant writer. I've been writing grants for and winning grants for over 10 years. My most recent win of over $100,000 is literally a short that I posted like last month, okay? So I'm not new to this game. I'm true to this. And when it comes down to entrepreneurship and going through the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations of entrepreneurship, I'm your girl that definitely know, and I can definitely relate. That's why I'm everybody's business bestie, and you can always like book a one-on-one consultation with me, and I'm going to give you some genuine advice, not something that came from an ebook, not something that came from a YouTube podcast. No, it's going to be based off of experience in my relationship with God, period. And I put God first in everything I do. That's how I've been able to get this far. For those of you who don't know, right, and just to add on to it, not only am I a 71% successful grant writer and I'm a 10-year entrepreneur, a successful one by God's grace, but I also have lived in 3 different continents, and I have not lived in the United States for at least 3 years. I live in a totally different country. Matter of fact, I live in Africa. And for a Black American, living in Africa is like our top dream for some of us. I've been able to consistently hit my goals, right? Consistently move forward and not continue to walk around that mountain, right? Like the Israelites did in the Bible. I've been consistent on moving forward and pressing forward just because I know the experience I went through, the experiences and the traumatic experiences I went through growing up. My parents did not raise me. I did not come from a 2-parent household. My grandma who raised me. And if you check my community posts, I'm always posting her because she most recently died in September of 2024. My grandma was the one who raised me. So it was definitely survival of the fittest because it wasn't just me that she was raising, but it was me, my brother, and my cousin. So it was 3 of us, 3 children that she didn't birth that she had to take care of the best that she could through since the 99 through the early 2000s. Okay. So I don't come from this background of the Donald Trumps or none of that stuff. You understand? I really do come from the streets for real, for real. So I understand how it feels to have that hustle mindset and to stay focused on always chasing the bag. I had that mindset. But what messed me up in my development process when I knew for a fact in my heart that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, because let me tell you something, let me lay it down for you. Entrepreneurship, a lot of times you got to be born with it. It may seem like it's all a cool idea, but not everybody is born with the skill of actually coming up with the idea, organizing the idea, and executing on it. Okay. So that right there is something that's a God-given gift. I was born with that. I always knew that I wanted to be a business owner. So with having that hustle mindset of I gotta chase this bag, I have to get this money, I gotta get this money. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations by following behind the devil with only chasing money. So much to the point that I started praising money, and I did not realize I was doing that. Praising money in a way of when I don't have money, I was super depressed, I was angry, I was moody, and I was like literally not the girl that you want to be around. But when I had money, I was splurging, doing what I wanted to do, just straight flexing, just having a good time. And then it came to a point to where economics happened in America, things like that. And then continuing to have that hustle mindset, I got to chase the bag, I got to chase the bag, have to chase the bag. I'm literally just chasing the bag just so I can pay my bills. And living in Miami, it is not easy. It's not easy. My apartment alone was $3,000 a month. So I had the mindset of I have to make this money, because if I don't make this money, I won't be able to survive. God literally broke me out of that entire mindset. And I thank God so much for that grace, for real, for real. That is not how we're supposed to live our life. That rat race that y'all are in, it's either you choose that you want to live that type of lifestyle, or you decide to say screw it and leave it up to God. You ever heard of the saying, let go and let God? You ever heard your grandma say that? That's a real thing. That's a real thing, friend. That's a real thing. Sometimes you got to let those bills go and let God. And you might be saying to yourself, well, God don't pay no bills. Yes, God do. Yes, he do. If you pray to him, and God want to hear from us more than we want to hear from him. Trust and believe. It's all about you sitting down and just taking accountability for some of the actions that you did and saying, look, I'm sorry that I forgot about you. I'm sorry I haven't came to you sooner. But I'm at this point in time where I just don't know which direction to go, and I need your help. This conversation, yes, what I'm saying is you have to put God first, because a lot of y'all have ideas and you're developing businesses, but you leaving God out of it. And how in the world do you possibly think that there's going to be a way that you'll be able to be successful without him? Now you can look at Elon Musk. You can look at Elon Musk. But keep in mind that there's wickedness going on in this world, and everybody has their own rituals that they do for them in order for them to be there. You either gonna serve the right or you're gonna serve the left. You either go, that's just what it is. And God said you ain't supposed to be serving other gods. So if you're serving other gods, you already know which side you on. I'm preaching to y'all because I really genuinely want to understand what is the mindset behind why most of you all have a great idea, but you're simply not executing. And I want to have a deeper conversation. This is something deeper, and I want you to comment down below. This is something deeper than just, oh, because I don't have the funding. You don't have the funding simply because you are literally not prioritizing going to look for the information or understanding what it takes for you to get that funding. Let me say it again. You say that you aggressively need some free money, like grants that I'm always talking about on YouTube, for free. I give you guys free game. The hustle is sold separately. Free game. The hustle is sold separately, which means I'm giving you everything you need to know about how to search and apply to grants, where you can find them, how to increase your chances of winning. It's up to you to actually execute on the information that you're getting. If you don't comprehend it, then in every video that you watch, I offer a one-on-one consultation. The link is in the description. The link is even in the description of this live stream. So that way you can have a more tailored conversation, something more direct to give you the comprehension that you need. You might not comprehend it from watching a 6 minute or 10-minute video, but maybe if I speak to you on a one-on-one level, I can speak your language to you. But in 2025, you cannot continue to play this lazy game or play the fence. My grandma used to say that you can't play the fence with God. Playing the fence is pretty much saying you want to be with God, or you want to, glorify him when things like good things happen for you. But when things go bad for you, you also don't want to talk to him and you want to be mad at the world or whatever have you. You can't play the fence. You can't play the fence. You just simply can't. If you're going to be a business owner, really prioritize that. If you aggressively need business funding, whether that be a loan, line of credit, credit card, grants, investment capital, incubator programs, resources, tools, whatever have you, if you genuinely need that, like genuinely need it right now, then it's time for you to actually prioritize it and execute on it. And you cannot say, well, Shelby, nobody taught us this. Duh. We live in economic times where it is not, you are not supposed to know how to be an entrepreneur, because who's going to work? Make it make sense. Entrepreneurship is only for the ones who genuinely have that power of execution. If you lack that, then you need to get on your knees and pray and ask God, please bless me with your power of execution. Bless me with direction. Shine your light upon me so I can use your light in your favor as a guide through the wilderness that I'm going through, oh Lord. But it's really time for y'all to prioritize this, especially in 2025. Let me explain to you why. Because we are living in such a digital age that I don't know if you guys comprehend this, but artificial intelligence is literally thinking for itself. Thinking, like brain is thinking for itself. It's developing on its own, and it's creating other processes on its own, which means it can create its own robot. It can create its own avatar. It can do so many things that you can't even comprehend, because it's simply a computer. Yes, it was made by a human, but we already know it was statistically proven. Science even tell us, and there's so many different news stations that have literally said this for the last decade, that the computers will eventually outthink us. It is true. Why you think they are prepping you all with these all of these different AI and robot movies and stuff? Media propaganda. It's a real thing. Wake up and get to it. Because I'm really trying to understand, what is it? You guys have too much social media. It's Google. Google even got AI. Then you got Chat GPT. It's too much out here for you to have the excuse of, well, Shelby, we weren't taught this, or we simply don't know this. Friend, just like how you on my YouTube video, your behind can definitely search on Google how to start a t-shirt business, how to start a daycare, how to get grants, how to get approved for a loan based out of Phoenix, Arizona. Whatever you are looking for, you can literally Google it. The problem is you're not actually doing it. So you got to ask yourself, are you just saying you want to be an entrepreneur just to strike your ego and to make you feel good and to make yourself look good amongst your friends and family? Or is this really a thing? Furthermore, most entrepreneurs that you see on Forbes list, that you see that makes millions and billions of dollars, you know how they really make all this money? Because they are compassionate and serious about problem solving. Where there is a problem, there is a solution. Where there is a solution, there is money to be made. If you don't care about genuinely helping people, I don't care if you're selling candles through Shopify. What makes you so different from Yankee Candle and going to Bath and Body Works? Why should we shop with you? Because you're a Black-owned company? No, try again. Because you're a woman-owned company? No, try again. Make us care. Give us a solution. Your candles might come with some sort of scent, eucalyptus or mint or whatever have you, that is good for relieving stress. And it's a stronger scent than any other candle you can possibly get. And it's natural herbs that you get from Africa. Boom, that makes you innovative. That makes you different. I don't even sell candles, and I just thought about that. I'm having this real conversation with y'all tonight because it's getting to the point of where, and nobody made me upset or anything like that. So I want to be I want to have that full disclosure as well. I just want to have a real conversation with you. It's somebody out there that genuinely needs to hear this for real. And this is coming from the depths of my soul for real. If you have a legal pad full of notes, if you have so many notes in your phone right now that you wrote down from going to these networking events, from watching so many podcast episodes, from watching so many YouTube videos, and from Googling so much stuff on your lunch break, when are you going to give yourself a chance at actually executing on everything that you have written down? There are books out here that you can even read. You want to hide something from a poor man or a black man, put it in a book. They literally say that. It's so true. But there are books out here that will literally give you step by step on how to actually execute. If you have a challenge with that, 21 days of doing the same thing will help you break and change habits. Just 21 days. Now that's not even a full month. But you need to give yourself a chance. And the simple fact that you all are even coming to me and booking consultations with me, and you're saying, Shelby, I need grants, I need grants, I need grants. You found me on YouTube because I only advertise on YouTube. Yeah, I quit Instagram last year. I got off of Meta. You're not gonna really see a post on there unless it's a scheduled post. But I'm not physically on those apps outside of YouTube. So majority of you all actually find me here on this app, right? If you found me on YouTube, but you didn't decide to like watch, let's say, I have a full dedicated playlist that teaches you how to search and apply to grants. Each video is like 6 to 10 minutes. Okay, so it's not even taking up a lot of your time. And the playlist is literally called Grant Masterclass, Step by Steps to How to Apply to Grants. If you are trying to understand how to give yourself a chance at potentially applying to one of these grants that I'm talking about so you can understand the process of how grants work. It's no different from you putting in a credit card application and giving yourself a chance. Or are you just hiring people to do that too? If you are, okay, whatever have you. But at least you're executing on trying to get yourself some funding. But you got to really think about it. Is your business properly set up? So this still goes back to prioritizing your business and executing on those ideas. Because you still got to go back to the start. Going back to the start, what I mean by that is, if you only purchased your LLC and EIN in 2025, and you've had this, especially for those who had this LLC since 2020, and you had this LLC and EIN, but you don't have a website, you don't have a business plan, you don't even have a video of yourself or any type of content on social media talking about your product or service, what are you doing in 2025? Are you serious about this? This is how business funders and investors look at you. They're going to be like, this person is literally not a serious person. This is not a serious person. A serious person is somebody, as soon as they got the LLC and the EIN, they started working towards trying to figure out the most cost-effective way to develop a website. They started working on their business plan, even if they use a template from Microsoft or from Google, or even if they use ChatGPT. We got ChatGPT. Someone who's really aggressively looking for business funding is someone who's actually doing the most executing on those things in the most cost-effective way for them. Which means if you know you aggressively need some funding, and I'm telling you for free on YouTube how to actually search and apply to grants, are you giving yourself a chance right now while your business is not generating any revenue to apply to grants and implementing that inside of your routine so you can at least give yourself a chance at potentially winning? I tell you all the things you need to have before you go and you search and apply to grants. So you can execute and work on those things. If you keep telling yourself, but I don't have the knowledge, or I can't do that, or I don't have the time, guess what? It'll never get done. And those are just simply excuses. I just got off of a really great consultation. All right. And I'm not gonna keep you guys for any longer, so you can go ahead and drop your questions or your comments or whatever right now. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But for these next 10 minutes, I just got off a consultation, and she asked me a really good question. She said, "You're living now in Africa. How did you get to a point, or how did you even think about going over there to Africa? And now you have all of these great offers and deals and all this good stuff. Like, how did you even come up with it? Like, what did it take for you to do that?" I told her, one, it's the grace of God. And I understand that I have the wisdom from God. Not everybody has that, but you have to ask for it. Closed mouth don't get fed. You got to ask for it. If you feel like you're not smart enough, get on your knees and ask God, please bless me with your wisdom so I can comprehend everything that you're trying to tell me. Bless me with the spirit of discernment. This thing is spiritual. This ain't just you and your word. Get out of that pride. It's literally a spiritual thing when you get it into business. It's so spiritual that even the higher ups, like I said earlier, they do their own rituals. So what makes you think you can't pray, or you don't have you know what I mean? So I explained to her that I did the proper research, because see, I knew deep down in my heart that I always wanted to move to Africa. I knew that. That was something I always I've been wanting to do that since I was like, what, 14 years old. So because I knew that I had that in my life path, and I knew that maybe after living in Panama for like a year and a half, and then right after my grandma died, I said, you know what, I think it's time. I really do think it's time. So what I did was I did the proper research. While my family was planning my grandma's funeral, I'm also not only helping them and creating a habitual, the whole thing, and all that good stuff. I'm also researching the economics and how money flows in Africa. I'm understanding different countries. I'm trying to choose which country I want to go to. What can I get into? I know how to search and apply to grants. What is the embassy like? The U.S. embassy like? What is USA? How can I partner with them? I started prioritizing, literally leaving where I was to actually go stay in Africa, prioritizing it. If you continue to prioritize your job, it will pay you, but you will continue to go around that mountain just like the Israelites did, and you won't be moving forward. Moving forward is being creative, creating great relationships. If you know for a fact that you want to own a trucking company, what relationships are you developing right now while you're driving trucks or while you're working for another company? What relationships are you developing right now to give you more clarity and understanding and reassurance on exactly how to run a trucking company? Have you connected yourself with anybody? If you want to open up a childcare facility, if you're dropping your kids off to a childcare facility, have you actually spoken to the owner of this place to really sit down and get an understanding of what does it take to really run this business? You can't be afraid to ask. The opportunity has been there all along. The opportunity has literally been staring at you in your face. You just not taking it. And let me tell you something about sometimes the way God will move, because I'm being fully transparent with you. When I was living in Miami just 3 years ago, I had so many opportunities that came to me. So many opportunities, but I passed them up. I passed them up because of my pridefulness, my ego, and also my own seasonal depression, or let's say depression I was going through from my past relationship. I passed up on those because I didn't feel like I was worthy enough. I passed up on them because I felt like I was afraid, because I didn't know what that next level looks like. I passed up on these opportunities because I was even afraid of my own execution strategy, execution style. I said, I didn't believe that I would be able to fulfill the service or fulfill the promises that I was giving out. That's why I passed up on those opportunities, that fear. But see, where there's fear for the next level, that's where that faith of a mustard seed has to come in, friend. That's when you just gotta jump in that pool, even though you know it's cold. You just gotta do it and trust God. That's that fear. If you literally Get on your knees and pray about it and just do it. God will order your steps. God will order your tongue. He will give you the mindset, the wisdom that you need, and the power of execution to actually fulfill your promises that you are doing with those relationships that you're building. See, I didn't know that. So what I'm telling y'all right now is from experience. Just do it like Nike. That's the best slogan in the world. Just do it. Seriously. To wrap this up, the reasons for why most of y'all are really not moving forward is simply because you have fear of moving to that next level. You're not giving yourself enough, you're not giving yourself grace. You're not having faith. Those things will really keep you going around that mountain like the Israelites. And it took them 40 years before they can go to the land of milk and honey. You don't want to be that. Don't allow 40 years, don't even allow 10 years, don't even allow 2 years or another year to go by and you don't execute on the gifts God gave you. If you know how to make candles, make the candles. If you know how to make curtains, do it. If you do interior decorated, do it. If you know how to take care of children very well, or if you're good at, taking care of seniors with Alzheimer's, do your thing. That is a skill. Don't talk down on your skill and don't look down on it like it's just common sense. Especially with you all living in America, the devil will make you think that the God-given skill that you have is literally just something that just comes by. It's very casual. That is not casual. That is not casual. Being a CNA and being able to have patience to be able to deal with individuals who have dementia and Alzheimer's, that is not casual. There's a lot of people in this world who do not have patience. It's not casual. Being able to develop a new tech idea that will be so innovative and that will help people literally solve millions of people problems, baby, that is not casual. That is a God-given gift. Are you kidding me? Being a person that has such a great idea, but you're simply not executing on it. Why would you want to do us as consumers and as other business owners that can potentially partner and collaborate with you? Why would you not execute on this great idea? You just simply leaving us out. That's not fair to us. You know, they have individuals out here, God has put people on this earth called destiny helpers. You can be a destiny helper to so many people that you could be helping and solving their problems and providing a service and product for them. But guess what? Because you're not executing, because you don't have faith, because you don't have the courage, or because you're lacking certain things, right? You're not giving yourself the chance and you're not prioritizing on your small business and your idea. Because you're not doing that, somebody else's destiny is being held back simply because you're not executing. How unfair is that? I realized that most recently, and I had to ask God to forgive me. I said, Father, please forgive me. Because how dare I not execute and not come on live or not come on live or be consistent with my content or whatever have you. How dare I not do that? And I know that there's people out here that do need this word. That's not right. So we all in the same boat, friend. I'm not higher than you. I'm not higher than you. I'm not on a yacht and you in a banana boat. That's not what the situation. We all in the same boat. Okay? I just need for you to really, really prioritize your business. Okay? If you say you need grants, if you say you need funding, do your business plan, do your business pitch deck, do your pitch video. I offer one-on-one consultations. You can always check the description of this live stream and all of my other videos. The link is there for you. Right? Feel free, or you can visit superchargemybusiness.com. That's my website. Book a grant call. That's what it's under. But you have the ability to speak with somebody who is trustworthy. I offer a safe space of vulnerability, and I'm going to give you some genuine advice. But what makes me so disappointed is that when I put my energy into that, and I'm out here praying for y'all, and you just simply don't execute. How you think that made God feel? Exactly. All right, so let me read some of y'all comments, and then we're going to get up out of here. I needed this. Miss Shelby and her solutions are really for the righteous now. Yes. So true. I need to prioritize my business. Yes, for sure. My heart is longing, yearning to help me help myself already. You got this. It's only God that can give you that, Daniel. Let me see. Speaking nothing but 100% the truth. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your precious time. It's my pleasure, Joanne Marie. Thank you so much, friend. Thanks for the chat. Oh, it's my pleasure. What is the best credit score for applying for grants? You don't need a credit score, which is really cool. They don't check your credit, so yeah, no credit checks. Yvette, hey friend, Yvette says I have lots of notes from watching your YouTube content. I will stop the procrastination, stop prioritizing my job over executing my own business. Thank you. You're welcome. This was for me. This chat today, of course. Beautiful me. Hey, Black Sorla. Solor. Sorry. Hey, friend. Joanne says, I love the fact that you go after your desires and not afraid to speak of the Most High. Nowadays, you don't find people who are so transparent and speaking on God that dwells within. Yeah. People be afraid, but I ain't afraid. I don't care. Well, I don't care. God brings me the right people. Interested in transitional housing for veterans and returning citizens for my investment props, no longer fearing the live life grace. Yes, absolutely. You have something that will help individuals, and look at you. If you don't execute on it, then you got all these veterans that don't have help. Time for you to get to it. Hey, friend, what's going on, 7-star? Love to see you here, friend. Thank you for sharing. My pleasure. I purchased my first car for Turo. Ooh, congratulations. This ain't nothing but confirmation for us all. Started LLC in 2018, and I know for a fact this ain't nothing but God speaking through this young lady. Thank you so much. Yes. I love that you all here. Thank you, Yvette, for putting my website there. Yes, it's superchargemybusiness.com. But thank you so much. 7-star says hello. Hello, thanks for pulling up. Yes, of course. I really wanted to just have this one-on-one conversation. It's been kind of plucking my heart for these last couple of days, and I was just like, all right, we need to get down to the bottom of this. And I love talking about grants, but that was my purpose of literally doing the full grant playlist or whatever. Thank you so much, Black Solar. Thanks to the most awesome high for people like you. Thank you so much, love. I give you heart. So thank you for the $5. You know, when you donate to the channel, like I send your $5 is going to a child that's going to school. So the channel memberships and all that stuff I donated. So thank you so much. So I wanted to come on here and just have a real heart-to-heart conversation because I talk about grants, but I really did put effort into this new playlist, the grant series, something that's more short form content that you can consistently watch over and over and over again. You don't have to watch all of my long live streams from our recent live streams from weeks ago. So that's why I put so much effort into that. But these live streams are really going to be like more like one-on-one conversations, just more like real conversations, just about business development. I think it's time for you guys to kind of see that side of me, that coaching side of me, because I just have to understand the mindset. I just really do. And like I said earlier, not everybody is meant to be a business owner. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you, depending on like the type of mindset that you're having. I'm going to say you're probably going to need to read a little bit more, do this, and I'll actually give you some strategies. But if you don't, like I said, the game is free, the hustle is sold separately. If you don't execute on it, then that's all on your part. But I wanted to have this conversation to push you to really get to it because listen, the way the world is right now, economically and politically, things is crazy. And I'd hate for you to go another year without you actually executing and making money for your family that you truly want to be financially free. And you're simply not doing that because you're stuck in this cycle or in this loop. That's actual insanity. Like that loop, that's insane. That's not normal. That's not normal. That's not normal. Okay. So whatever idea you have, and maybe we can talk about that one day, like how some of the things that you guys are experiencing in the US is just super not normal. Yeah. We could talk about that probably on another live this week. Um, I definitely want to come on live tomorrow. So same time tomorrow. You can like the live. Let me know. Give me a like or something if you would like for us to be on here again tomorrow. And maybe God will put something on my spirit that we can just share, whatever have you. But yeah, this was a good conversation. What do you guys think? Nikki, you don't need to have a credit score for grants. And I have an entire playlist that teaches you all about how to search and apply to grants. So I want you to take a look at that. It's called Grant Masterclass, your step-by-step guide to free money. I want you to take a look at it. It's like only 5 videos. They're about 6 minutes, 6 to 10 minutes each. So I want you to watch those videos. It really give you some clarity. Um, yes, I truly love your content and your genuinely passion, heart. All blessings upon you always. Thank you so much. All right, so I didn't want this live stream to be too long, so that way other people can watch it just in case they didn't get a chance to come in. But shout out to you guys for watching all the way towards the end of this live stream. Thank you so much. Make sure you share it, like it up, like and subscribe, things like that. I'll be on here tomorrow again. We'll talk. Okay. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye bye for now.